Welcome back, everybody. 12, almost 13 after the hour here at Rolla J Studios, and we go behind the headlines here in the state of Oregon, where we have passed marijuana legalization, and now it's time to start working on the regulations. And with respect to that, lawmakers next week in Salem will consider a $583,000 funding request for the OLCC, the Oregon Liquor Control Commission. Now, part of this, $333,000, is to pay for 4 positions. They want to hire a program manager, 2 policy analysts, and a public affairs staffer. Also, the chief financial office recommended they add another $250,000 to that request, $250,000, to deal with travel expenses and to pay for legal advice from the Oregon Department of Justice. So there's some new good government jobs in Oregon if you want to start applying for them. I think what they said for the program manager, the salary range for the program manager is $7,000 to $10,000 a month. The policy analyst will be paid between $5,000 and $7,700 a month, and the public affairs specialist salary will be between $5,000 and $7,000 a month. Shit, what am I doing here? I'm out of here. No. I'm just kidding. But man, that's some pretty good pay there at the state government, OLCC, to be able to make marijuana regulations. Roscoe's pretty excited about it too. Now, once we implement the marijuana program, they're expecting OLCC to field about 30 employees and have a budget of about $6.4 million per biennium. Now, here in Oregon, we do an every 2-year kind of legislative thing. So that's about, $3.2 million a year to staff this and run this. So they can't complain that we're not giving them enough resources to get the job done. The fiscal analyst, her name is Michelle Deester, and she came up with some issues that the state is going to have to address. And these are some things that we need to think about as activists and think about as marijuana consumers as to how we want to shape these regulations. Here's some of the things they're going to look at. They want to know where marijuana production, processing, and retail facilities will be located. Now, that brings up an interesting graph that I'd like to show y'all that I developed earlier today, and it has to do with where you can actually get where you can actually grow marijuana once it becomes legal here in the state. A lot of people understand that we've got the 4 plants per residence that you're going to be able to grow. But what they don't understand is that the laws against growing marijuana as far as within 1,000 feet of a school will still be in effect, even for recreational grows. And that's a little bit troublesome when you take a look at a city like Portland, where 1,000 feet of a school is that. This is a map of Portland, Oregon, and I've put my location, Rolla J Studios, just about darn near in the middle of that map. Kind of hard to tell. You can see the major freeways running east and west. That's I-84, and then the one running north and south, that's I-205. And then there's the river on the left where downtown Portland is. Every one of those blue circles is the footprint of a school, and the purple around it is the 1,000 feet around that school. So as you can see, when you live in a major city like Portland, Oregon, you're almost guaranteed to be living within 1,000 feet of a school if you're in a residential district. If they're going to use those 1,000 feet rules with respect to marijuana licensees, it's going to severely impact where these places can be located. They also need to worry about how marijuana is going to be moved from the wholesale to the retail market. We're doing something that's not been done in marijuana markets before. Washington State has producer, processor, retailer licenses. We have, and so does Colorado, we have producer, processor, wholesaler, and retailer licenses. You'll be able to grow your own, supply it to your own dispensary, and supply it to other dispensaries. And so that opens up a whole bunch of regulatory questions that are going to have to be addressed. We also need to address the big elephant in the room, and that is, are we going to have 2 parallel distribution systems for marijuana? One for medical, one for recreational. Or are we going to do something to try to fold those together and eliminate redundancies? It seems odd to me that we would have medical marijuana shops that are under one set of regulations and one set of testing guidelines, and then reinvent the wheel for recreational when they're pretty much selling the same product. Now, I understand there's argument for higher CBD products for medical patients and maybe higher THC products for recreational. But I think that one pot shop and one supply chain can handle that marketing. I don't think we really need to have redundancies in this system. We also have to address how to track the marijuana to determine taxes and prevent leakage to the illicit market, as they like to put it. What sort of seed to sale tracking is Oregon going to employ? We also need to answer the question of how to handle inspections and auditing. That'll be a part of the process. So at what time can the state audit? When can they come inspect? Is it no announcement, random inspections, or do we get a warning in these sort of things? These are little details that are going to have to be worked out. Also, the testing part is definitely something we need to pay strict attention to, because the quality of what we sell through the recreational shops is going to set a standard that's going to affect legalization in other states as we move toward 2016. We want people to point to Oregon as the shining star, the gold standard for marijuana legalization. So we got to ensure that our consumers are getting the best possible products. We also have to track financial reports, licensee data, inspections,